welcome back to my channel. Today I have created this look right here, which is my autumn inspired makeup. I've used lots of reds and oranges and browns, and yeah, I've used all my favourite shades, some of my go-to shades that I use on clients if they ever want this kind of look. So please stick around and find out which ones they are. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel to continue watching more. Thank you. Mwah. So as you can see, I have my foundation already applied, I have my brows done, and I've primed my eyelids. I've used Estee Lauder Doublewear for my base. I have used Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer today in the shade Medium. I've done my brows using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. And these are really good brow pencils, which look like this. I think I'm going to start off with Makeup Geek shade Frappe. It's slightly darker than Creme Brulee, which is my other go-to transition shade. So I'm going to start off with that one. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30, but you can use any large fluffy brush. The bigger the better for your first shade, I find. So you want the brush to be quite big because you want it just literally just to fluff in the crease of your eye and just to really sort of blend and look natural. As I say, I'm just putting that in the crease of my eye here. So it's quite a warm shade, really beautiful colour. Same the other side. So what you want to do is you want to put most of the colour in the crease of your eye. You can use circular motions or back forward motions, whichever you feel most comfortable with. And once you've done that, once it hasn't got too much product left on the brush, then you want to take the brush slightly up to the brow bone. Not all the way up to the top, but you want to leave a bit of a gap. But yeah, you want to just keep the brush in that part of your eye. Okay, so I'm going to do quite a bit today because we're going to go for quite a nice warm look. Next, I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to use a different colour now. I'm going to go in with this colour, which I love, absolutely love this colour. It's Mac Raw and it looks like this. It's kind of like a reddy orangey shade, and it looks really beautiful mixed with other colours. This is the MAC 227. So I'm going to use MAC Raw, MAC 227, and we're going to go in with our second shade. And we're going to put that again in the crease of the eye. I'm not going to take this up. I'm not going to take this up high towards the brow bone. I'm just going to keep this shade in the crease of my eye. The colours look so beautiful together. And I find the more warm colours I add, the more my eye colour stands out. My eyes are a bluey greeny colour, and I just find these tones and these shades, they just really make the eyes pop. They really bring out the colour of my eyes. Then I'm going to go back in with Frappe, and I'm just going to again just go over the colour I did before just to make sure everything's blended and just keep repeating the process. Now I'm going to go in with a warmer shade. I'm actually going to try this for the first time. It looks very similar. This is Makeup Geek Morroco, which is a brighter reddy orange shade. And it's very similar to MAC Red Brick, which I really like. So I'm holding out high hopes for this shade. So I'm going to put this in the same place I put Raw, maybe going down slightly lower too. Now this is a really bright colour, but once you mix other colours with it, it just really gives you gives it depth, and you won't be able to see the red as much when I add the other colours, but it just really warms the eyes up. That is with Morroco added to my eyeshadows. The next shade I'm going to use is from the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. These are excellent if you're a makeup artist because they're really small little palettes and the shades are beautiful. They do all different versions, all different themes. This one, again, because we're doing an autumn look, this is warm brown, so this is perfect for today. You have to excuse this palette, I dropped it and I smashed the middle shade, but I don't use that colour very much, so. I'm probably going to go in with, which colour? I'm going to go in with this bottom shade here, which is like a reddy brown. And I'm just going to take this colour a little bit lower on my lid. So I'm just going to go in the outer section now of the lid, a bit more in the outer V. So this is definitely not going to go, I'm not going to take this too high. Wow, that is really bright. This colour is really bright. Mixed with the other two colours, it's very warm. Yes, I'm going to go in with a brown shade now so it's not so red. But you will still see the warmth through the brown shades that I use on top. So I think I'm going to take one of my favourite warm browns, which is Sidekick by Geek. And I'm also going to add a bit of Cocoa Bear. I'm just going to keep these very low now. I'm not going to go high at all. This is all just, I'm packing it all on the lid. And this is just toning down, so if you see, this is just toned down that really bright red now. But you're still going to get all the warmth underneath from the red shade. I'm going to go back in with Frappe and I'm going to just buff that out. So I've used Frappe again on the lid just to blend it a bit better. And now I'm going in with this shade, which is MAC Brown Script. And I'm just going to put this all across my lid now. This is the Morphe JH41 from the Jaclyn Hill palette because I purchased the brush kit. So yeah, I'm going to be using this brush, which is like this shape. Pat off the excess, and this is just going to go all along the lower part of my lid. So I'm going to start from like where my lashes are and then just gradually go upwards with this brush. Okay, so now I'm going to do my lower lash line. So what I usually do when I do any smoky eye is I stick to the same shades I used on the top and I'll use the same colours underneath the eye as well. I've used quite a few colours, so I'll probably skip a few of the shades out. But to start with, I'm going to go in with Frappe, which is the first shade I used by Geek. And I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. This one is the Morphe M441. And I'm just going to buff this all along my lower lashes. So sorry for the faces I pull when I do my lower lash line. It's so cringing, but I just cannot help but like open my mouth and do really weird. You know, like when you do mascara and you just pull weird faces? That's me. So I'm going to do quite a smoky out effect, so I'm going to let this go down quite low. I'm going to use the second shade I used, which was MAC Raw. I'm going to use this on a smaller brush. I'm going to use the JH38 Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush, MAC Raw, and I'm just gonna go, well, I'm gonna go closer to where my lashes are, but it's still gonna be buffed out quite far down. I'm gonna go in with that brighter red colour. I'm gonna go in with Morroco, and I'm using the same brush I put it on the top with, which is still quite a big fluffy brush. It's the MAC 227. But I'm just going to be a bit more careful where I'm applying this. I'm just going to do it a bit tighter to my eyes, tighter where the lashes are. Now I'm going to go in with a definer brush, the Morphe M432, and I'm going to use the darker shades now on this. I'm going to use Cocoa Bear, and I'm going to be using Brown Script by MAC. And I'm going to put this right underneath where my lashes are. So because it's a flat brush, it's easy, so you can kind of draw it on like eyeliner, and you just gently pat right underneath your lash, where your lashes are. I like having a bit darker under my eye, so I'm going to go with another shade as well, which is Ground Brown, and that's MAC. And to just put a bit of mascara on, add some lashes, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I've now added my lashes, which are they're probably one of my favourite pair of lashes on myself, and the packaging looks like this, pretty and pink with a heart shape. And this is the style Kimberley. They're quite glam lashes, but they're really lovely and long and fluffy and thick, and I love them. I think I'm going to go in with eyeliner because it's quite a smoked out warm brown look. I'm going to use brown eyeliner, and I'm going to try this eyeliner for the first time ever. I got it from Beauty Bay not too long ago, and I haven't actually tried it yet. It's by Wet n Wild, and it's just a Kohl eyeliner, and it's in brown. So let's give this a go. Okay, so that is with the brown eyeliner. Now just for highlight, contour and bronzer and lips, and then it's a finished warm autumn look. For highlight, I'm actually going to go in with MAC Melon Pigment. I know it's typically used for your eye. I had a tip from somebody to try it as a highlight, and I must say I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use that again today. One of the best things about MAC pigments, I find, is you will purchase one and you get this size shape container. There's no way I will ever use all of this pigment. I've used it so many times and it doesn't look like it's ever been touched. So it lasts for ages. So I'm just going to be using the Morphe M501 brush, which I find perfect for putting highlight on. And I'm just going to tap into the Melon Pigment. Just tap off the excess. The Melon Pigment is such a beautiful colour. It's like a goldy champagne tone on the cheek. Obviously it's really pretty for your eyes too. But I think this is a perfect autumn highlight. It's kind of, yeah, it's beautiful. It really complements the eyes as well. So if you just see in that light. Yeah, I love it. Love, love, love this as a highlight. Gonna go along the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. Using the Anastasia Beverley Hills contour kit, which is much loved. Oh my god. So with contour, I'm just going to be doing it under my highlight. Not going down too low on the cheeks, and just sculpting to make it look like I have amazing cheekbones. This is a great contour palette, and it's really good for lots of a variety of skin tones. I love it, I'm always using it. So I'm just contouring my nose slightly just to give a little bit of warmth, and I'm just literally going along the edge of my nose to give the illusion of it being slightly thinner. Just at the end as well, it just sort of gives it, makes it look smaller. Now I'm going to go in with bronzer. I'm going to use my favourite, which is the MAC Mineralize, and I'm going to be using it in dark tan. I am quite, well, I had a spray tan at the weekend, so that's why I'm a little bit darker at the moment. I'm going to be using the Morphe R2 bronzing brush, which looks like this. And I'm just going to be putting this in between the highlight and the contour. Very light strokes. And then just on top of forehead. I'm going to use MAC Gingerley just because it's not a pinky blush. It has more of a coral undertone to it, but not too bright. It's not a bright blush. I'm just going to smile. But it's not pink, so I didn't really want a pink blush. I don't think pink wouldn't really go with this whole look. So that's what Gingerley looks like on the cheeks. So I'm going to be using Spice lip liner just while I'm deciding what lip colour to use, but I'm going to use a bit of a darker tone than I would normally go for. I'm usually about nude, like pinky nudes, sort of very like pretty colours. But I think with this look, which is very sort of warm brown, I'm going to use a bit of a darker lip because I think it will match the look. So this is Spice. So I decided to use the shade Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it complements the eyes really well. Charlotte Tilbury is one of my favourite brands for lipsticks. I have so many of her lipsticks because not only do I love all the colours, I love the variety of nude shades, but I really find them long lasting. If I put a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick on and I go and do someone's wedding makeup and I'm there doing bridesmaids, I will get back in my car sort of 6-7 hours later and I still feel like I have the lipstick on. So it's worth the money because it's not the cheapest lipstick. She doesn't do the cheapest lipsticks in the world, but for me, I've got such a huge collection of them because the colours are lovely and they're long lasting, so I think they're worth it. And they come in this beautiful gold packaging like this. So this is Pillow Talk. And yeah, I think it really goes well with the eyes and the cheeks. I'm now just going to set my face. I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So this is the end look. This is my autumn inspired makeup, which I really hope you like. I will list all the products down below that I've used today. Again, there are so many different warm shades that I could have picked, but these are my go-tos, the ones I use on clients when they want this kind of look. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.